Welcome, everybody. Episode 25, Talking Back Sunday. Happy New Year, everybody.
Woo! Hi.
Yeah.
How was everyone's New Year?
Oh man, it was good. I'm just glad it's 2021 and now everything's better. And there are no more problems.
Yep,
Yep.
that's it.
None at all.
Yeah.
There's John, what I want to know is, did you have those um pigs in blanket?
You know what? I didn't. I was so bummed. I went to our like healthier grocery store when I was getting snacks, partially because they have a good fish counter. I wanted to get some lobster tails for myself, which I did.
Attaboy.
Whoa.
But that's not the kind of place where you can get pigs in blankets. I was looking.
Oh.
You could get like a organic farm to table pack of hot dogs, but you can't get those little tiny.
We got organic gluten-free pigs and blankets from the health food store. That's what's up here.
Oh, wow.
I did not see anything like that there, which was disappointing.
That's crazy.
But hey, you had lobster.
Yeah, I was fine with my lobster tails. And John made it well past midnight with me.
Nice.
Nice.
We were the only, he stayed up like an hour and a half later than Camille.
Wow.
It was impressive to me.
And didn't get cranky.
No, he did great. We just like hung out. We hung out like pals all night. It was nice.
It's getting to that age, man. Best buds. Yeah, Teddy went to bed at 10:30 because he remembered his meltdown from last year at like 11:30.
Oh, that's really cute that he remembered.
Yeah. My in-laws came over and he was like, I think I'm gonna go to bed at a good time so I don't have a meltdown like last year. He was like, I think he got mad at my father-in-law, which is like the guy you don't get mad at. He's just such a good hang to everyone, to the grandkids, to everyone. He's like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, whoa. Like you made it 6 years without freaking out on him. This is not cool.
Yeah.
So, he still has a lot of guilt. Poor guy. But yeah, we had some sushi.
Nice.
Broke out a bottle of champagne on the couch like at midnight, which is a bad idea.
Yeah, it's too late.
Have you been drinking other stuff before that?
Certainly.
So it was like a weird switch over to champagne at the end of the night.
Just Jamie was like, oh, we got to pop it at midnight and whatever. So I gave in and I poured her a little plastic cups. We had the little fancy cups and I just kept taking swigs out of the bottle. We didn't even finish half of it.
Oof.
We got too tired, but I woke up feeling terrible. Didn't need enough pigs and blankets.
Those bottles of champagne are kind of easy to finish, especially if that's what you start drinking with.
Yeah. I wish we started early. We had some like blood orange juice because we were gonna make like a version of your cocktail, John.
Mm-hmm.
Never got around to it.
Mm. I made some of that for New Year's, and it was that and just champagne all night.
Nice.
I like how, Shaun, how you went in it with the intention of making this fancy cocktail and then just ended up just drinking out of the bottle. That's really great to me.
Yeah, that was the whole plan. Yeah, I was making tequila and seltzers.
Nice.
Previously. But you don't want to drink those too late because the tequila will keep you up.
It does.
Yeah.
So I switch over to sparkling the hard seltzers.
White Claw?
No, I've been doing Truly because they have it at Costco. Very economical.
Oh.
A little more sugar than I'd like. I like the Corona ones because they have 0 sugar.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really something.
Corona ones are pretty good.
But yeah, we watched some Anderson Cooper and a little Ryan Seacrest going back and forth. See who was more entertaining.
We tuned in to that, or like to the like the major networks, like probably about like 10 minutes beforehand, and like we were going through the things too, but it was all like it felt like we knew what to expect, but it still felt real, like lackluster and kind of sad.
Yeah, it was incredibly sad. But hopefully it's just this one.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll
Jesus.
see.
Anybody
Yeah.
see? We did the same, right? About 10 minutes before we put it on and invited Mickey down, but then afterwards, on one of them, Meg the Stallion came on. Did anybody see that? Do you know who Meg the Stallion is?
Yeah. She's with the WAP song, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I was like, well, this is pretty good. But Hassan didn't like it, and she turned it off. She said, "What is this?" Shut it off.
Was she doing? Was she performing? Is it WAP or WAP?
I don't know what.
It's WAP because that's funnier.
WAP.
I've only heard of WAP or WAP. And I've heard how people are not happy with it. I haven't heard the actuals, unless that's what she was playing.
The problem was it was very naughty.
It was
She
naughty.
said
I know that.
very naughty things in a song, and how could she?
Yeah, it's crazy because it just like that kind of really pulled back the thing of any male, they've been doing that since in super popular music since the 80s.
Mhm.
And then but then a female does it and everybody loses their shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want my kids to hear that, but I don't want my kids to hear a lot of what I listen to, and I will not let them. It's very easy.
Well, it's not made for children.
No.
That's
so don't let them listen to it.
Yeah, that always bugs me as people get up in arms about how things are going to affect children. It's like, well, don't let your kid listen to that or watch that then. If
you could parent your children.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Here's a crazy idea. You could parent your children.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of trying to change our entire society, maybe just work on your kid.
But yeah, my son will come home and say, "Oh, I heard this crazy word at school, and I don't know." I'm like, "Well, what was the word?" He said, "Jerk." Oh my goodness! I go, "Son, you're gonna hear some bad words. You're getting to that age. You're gonna hear them. You're gonna know what they mean. I don't want you to use them. You don't hear Mom and I use those words very much, so I don't want you to use them. I want you to be smart, and simple as that.
Yeah,
you can hear them. You can know them. Don't say them right now. Cool.
Oh my God, I don't know if I told you about this, but last year, John started hearing about curse words more from some kids at school and stuff, and he was just like, I don't see what the big deal is at all. It's just it's just words. How can a word be bad?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, it's sort of just something we've all agreed on as a society. But then he was he was talking about the word fuck, but he was just saying it, but in a conversation about well, I don't see what's so bad about the word fuck. And he's 7, and I'm like, well, I don't I want to be able to have an adult conversation about this. So I was not telling him not to say it. And then he said something it just sounds like it should be the name of a dog or something. You can name your dog Fuck.
That's a country song, right? A dog named Fuck.
Oh, that's the best. That is the best. So you named your dog Fuck, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's how you came to have a dog named Fuck.
That's very funny. And it's very true. In a way, I guess it's the way that you project the word and how you're saying it.
I couldn't really argue with him. My only thing was well, it's just something that generally society has decided they don't want to hear in polite company. So just don't say it in front of other people. Basically, or I don't know. Just try to respect the rules that society has made up, even if they're arbitrary.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just say that. We'll say things that's a grown-up word, right? That's an adult word, and they seem to be okay with that. But I do wish we could have had a fun conversation like about naming a dog Fuck, because that would have just been so much fun.
Yeah.
Are you guys cutting out, or is it just me?
Just you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just-
it's you.
Who's clogging up your bandwidth? Is your son on the phone with my son again? They've been chatting a lot lately.
Do they
Oh,
FaceTime?
cute.
Yeah, it's really cute.
That is adorable.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark is frozen, I think. Either he's
Yeah.
staying very still or
He's got a
frozen.
great pose.
Yeah.
Ah, man. That's a bummer. There he is.
Sorry, man. I didn't know. I guess my internet went out.
It's okay.
What did I
But
miss?
did you finish Cobra Kai, Mark?
Oh yeah.
What a program.
What a program. We gotta go to what's the place?
Golf and
Games
stuff?
Golf and stuff. Gotta go there sometime.
You know, we passed that when we played that Warped Tour show
I
in
remember.
California. I was like, that's where all the magic happens.
I
Is
know.
that where they are in the Karate Kid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the original. Then they revisit through the series.
Gillian was talking about when she watched the show, and we were talking about one day, and she was like, "That is literally what I grew up with."
Yes.
Like the Reseda, and then what's the other town?
The Hills.
The Hills, and like the poor kids and the rich kids, and
Yep.
she was talking about how she loves it.
Yeah.
Loves the show.
Yeah, great nostalgia. But it's funny because we just finished Mandalorian last night and I like it. But as a kid, I couldn't really zone in to Star Wars when my friends were watching it for whatever reason. Like Karate Kid was my mythology. So now like I see what everyone sees in Mandalorian through Cobra Kai's eyes. Like, yeah, that was like the mythology that I was all into and all the characters and the backstories and everything. And then they go in deep with all the characters in Cobra Kai too. So you get to know all about them and their history.
Have you guys watched Shaun?
I've never
No.
seen-
Man, you guys got it. It's really good.
I've been a little unclear on like is it a drama or is it like comedic or is it
It's
both?
both.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
we watched I think we almost got to the end of the first season,
Mhm.
and but then just got distracted and just haven't
Yeah, it
finished yet.
happens.
So we need to go back and revisit it. Like I did think like the whole time we were watching it, I was thinking about you, Shaun and Mark, because
Mhm.
I remember when it first came out on YouTube, and I remember you guys watching it on tour. And but yeah, we haven't made it as far as you guys have during in the season.
And then they left off the third season for such a great possibility for a fourth season.
Nice.
Yeah, so highly recommended, especially in our age group. If you know anything about the movies, like takes it to a whole
Yeah.
nother level. And they do it really, really well. It's well written and fun for everyone.
Let me ask you, this is what I really want to know. Does the bad guy from Karate Kid 3 make any kind of appearance in it?
Oh, he's going to.
Yeah?
They kind of like John Kreese's friend with the ponytail?
Uh-huh.
They kind of alluded to that he's going to be in the fourth season.
Yeah, they do like a little flashback where you kind of see. I'm like, the number 3 was the one I watched the least, so I got to revisit that now. I'm very excited.
Which one was number 3?
Kreese has a bad guy friend with a ponytail from Vietnam, and he's like a real bad guy. As soon as you see him, you're like, that guy's a fucking dick.
He's so over the top. He wears like an ascot sometimes, and he has a ponytail and like a really obnoxious laugh. It's
And his hair is like perfectly slicked back.
Yeah.
Like a Seagal type ponytail.
1989.
Yeah. Wait, so are they back in California though for Karate Kid 3? Because I don't remember what happened in that one.
I think they are. They are.
Daniel has to defend the All Valley Championship.
No, I don't
even remember.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if they're gonna, because the girl from who remembers the movie Teen Witch?
I don't know that one.
Oh, okay.
I remember Teen Wolf.
There's like
really
the rap
bad.
in it. I didn't see it that much.
Yeah. I'm hot and you're not. Remember that rap?
Yeah.
No, but do you know any more of the words?
Yeah. If you want to get with me, then give it one shot. Top that. Stop that. I think that's all I got.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Yeah. But the Japanese bad guy from Karate Kid 2 came in.
Yes, Chosen.
Yeah. And he was nice. He was a nice guy.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Oh,
sorry, my bad.
That makes me think of those little drums that they had.
Yep, they revisit that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Daniel's
Anyway,
daughter
it's
knows
good.
the technique very well.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Mitt, do they make California kind of seem like the promised land like they did in the Karate Kid movies? Because I remember being a kid and like watching like the first Karate Kid and being like, well, and just like even like Back to the Future and stuff like that, like during that time, and it just seemed like Southern California was like, oh, like the place.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think this shows both sides too, because Johnny lives in the crummy Reseda apartments and stuff.
Yeah.
With Miguel.
But I know what you mean. Like, remember like seeing Allie Mills down at the beach with all our pretty California friends, and then they're going to playing soccer and stuff like that. It made it seem perfect.
Yeah. And riding motorcycles around with your pals, even if they are bullying this poor new kid.
Well, even in Tom Petty videos, like it just seemed like the like promised land, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it was being on the growing up on the East Coast. There's just nothing like it. Like the closest I ever saw to California was going to Florida, which really is not the same.
No.
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's not.
So it almost seemed like another country, like growing up in New York. Like California was a whole nother world.
It really it is.
And
so like the bands having success on the Sunset Strip. Like I remember writing letters to Guns N' Roses, and it was like Geffen Records was on the Sunset Strip or Sunset Boulevard. I was like, this magical place. Like these guys are probably just cruising around there, walking around. Like you could see bump into Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue right there.
Probably was a time where that was true, right? Before they were super big.
Yeah, for sure. Like playing places like the Troubadour and stuff.
What did you write in your letters to Guns N' Roses?
I'm a really big fan. We should hang out. You'll really like 7-year-old Shaun Cooper.
Dearest Guns N' Roses, it's me, your pal, Shaun Cooper.
I have a band too. You should take us out on tour.
It's been some time since we last spoke.
How's Axel?
Yeah.
That reminds me of the thing you put up, Shaun, of the newspaper.
Oh yeah.
Stuff about the Poseurs. That was great.
Yeah, that was like our first public performance, right, Mark?
I think so.
Like I don't think we really did much before then. But it was amazing, like the amount of people that were there. Like so the band Abhorrent, who's Mark's drum kit, is my friend Dan Lamagna. And he gives my son drum lessons right now. So the drum set in there, like we used his whole band's backline. And then Scully, who we know from the reunion show, and he was playing with Razorlight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he gave Mark drumsticks that day. Mark didn't have enough sticks for like a backup. So he was like, oh, here, Mark. He and Mark went to high school together. So
yeah, it's crazy.
Like it's amazing. All these contacts I still have. Pete Musillo, who's does guitar work for me, played in Dan Lamagna's band too.
Wow.
So it's very interesting.
When I saw that picture, I thought, oh my God, where did Shaun find that giant bass? And then but it turned out the bass was just normal size.
Yeah.
And you were just really tiny.
I was extra tiny. Like I didn't grow much, but significantly from 9th grade. But yeah, I was like 14. Very long hair.
Man, that's crazy.
There was some great little blurbs about the other bands in there. That was one of my favorite parts. Like they said something about Juicy Juice and the Fancy Pants All Stars.
Yes. Who later turned in, they were a 311 cover band, and they later turned into the Lightweights, who like were the first band we knew to kind of have like record label people sniffing around and stuff. And I would put on a shark suit and I would skank in that shark suit to one of their songs. They had a song called Jaws.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which I was lucky enough to witness.
Yeah, John saw it all those years ago.
I had no idea I would end up in a band for the rest of my
With the
life.
shark.
A guy in a shark suit.
Wow. So you saw Shaun in the shark suit?
Yeah, because I knew some of the guys in Lightweights, and at some point Michelle dated one of those guys, so I would go to a lot of their shows.
The bass player, who was like in my head a rival, because he had all like the bass stuff in high school. Like he was the jazz band bassist and stuff, and like really, really great musician. I was like, man, I want what that guy has. And then he ended up being like one of the coolest, sweetest guys you could ever meet.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. Joe, right? Was that his name?
Yep. Yeah, and then I think I got him a job at the camera store that I was working at too.
Camera Fair?
Yeah. I developed pictures and I got him in there when I had to quit because I didn't do all my biology labs.
Camera stores, that reminds me, Adam, your mom goes to the vacuum store, huh?
Oh my God. Yeah. Yo, guys, I had to send Mark a text the other day. Yeah, cause my mom, cause she just got a place like right down the street, and she was like, hey, could you come over and hang these curtains? I was like, yeah, no problem. And she's like, well, and I asked her what time, and she's like, well, I have to go pick up my vacuum. I was having it repaired. And so maybe I'll just call you after then. And before I even text her back, I had to immediately text Mark and be like, Mark, my mom, just like your mom, still goes to a vacuum cleaner store. Can you believe it? And it was a big funny joke that we have.
Yeah.
Did you have a kick-ass vacuum?
You know what? I didn't get a good look at it, but if it's any vacuum that's worth taking to a vacuum store, it's probably pretty dope.
I mean,
It's like an engine in it,
Yeah, like some kind of crazy. And then I don't know why I find it so fun. Well, like Mark was talking once about how Roberta still goes to vacuum cleaner stores, and like, who does that? And then so anytime I see a vacuum cleaner store, I just take a picture of it and send it to Mark because I just think it's so funny.
Yeah, it's amazing those stores still stay in business.
Yeah.
They're like record stores. Very far and few between.
No, don't say that.
When I picture someone going to the vacuum store, I immediately picture like a giant vacuum from like the 50s, like that they're bringing in.
Yeah.
It weighs like 150 pounds, and like it's got like tubes in it or something, like an amplifier runs on tubes somehow.
Has like a pull start like on a lawnmower. Oh man.
That's one of those things though too, is like at some point we just started making things, I guess, like cheaper so that you just use it for like 5 or 6 years and then it breaks and you buy a new one, I guess, or something.
Hey, just send it out to the ocean. Let it accumulate with all the rest of the plastic in the ocean. Who cares? It's fine.
There's like, or like, yeah, like I think there is something to that. Yeah, like rather than getting things repaired, we just get new stuff.
Yeah, well, it's not worth it.
Which is bad. Yeah.
Think about like TVs. There used to be TV repair shops. Remember that? Like,
yeah,
nobody goes and gets their TV fixed anymore. You just get a new one.
TVs are so inexpensive. It's unbelievable.
It is.
Yeah. Like I remember like the first television that I bought, and then and it was it took me like a month to talk myself into getting it because it was expensive. And then and then now that same television's like $300.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And it's not like backbreaking to bring it to whatever room, you just bring it there. That's
Yeah,
it.
they used to weigh like 700 pounds.
I had this TV. I bought a fancy TV when we first started doing well with Taking Back Sunday, and it wasn't very much money, but it was a big tube TV, probably 27 inches. And I moved into a 3-story walk-up, and I carried the thing, and I got bruises all over my thighs from carrying the thing. It was so heavy. It was probably like 90 pounds.
Yeah, that's
So,
crazy.
I was happy I got it up and didn't get a hernia, but I just remember the black and blues all over my thighs. I'm like, it's like somebody abused me with a broom or something.
Yeah, dude, that's it. Yeah, it's crazy how much that technology has advanced just in such a short time.
Yeah, man. It would be mind blowing to go if you could somehow go be a teenager when we were growing up and then come look at a TV and like an iPhone now. It would be so mind boggling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, like the iPhone, iPad.
Yeah. They're so futuristic, but like they don't seem like it at all to us
Yeah.
anymore.
And you don't have to look like a weirdo going into the candy store to get nudie magazines to see naked people. Don't have to do that anymore.
Wait, on Long Island, you had a candy store that also sold nudie magazines?
Yeah, a stationery store.
Oh,
So they'd have them
can't
up
have
really,
those.
really high, and they were like kind of under wraps, so only adults could reach them.
Yeah, they'd always have big magazine racks with a nudie section.
Yeah.
You know that porno place on the way to JFK
Yeah.
that was there forever. It's finally gone.
Wow. Another thing COVID took from us.
Man, like the last time I passed it, I was like, man, all these years I was wondering how this place is still there, and now it's finally gone.
Was it like an adult bookstore or something else?
Yeah, I mean, you've had this scene a million times. It was like a big, ugly, disgusting place. You see like
corner store. It was like yellow.
Is it like if you drive like the back way from Atlantic Beach to JFK on the way there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I do remember the place. Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty outdated thing.
What goes on inside this place?
Who is the clientele?
Right.
Or that's like when you go on road trips still, and there's still places like that for like truckers.
Yeah.
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 Oof, man. It's like a dark place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't get what you need on your
there's no
phone,
windows.
you need a VHS? Really?
Maybe they're just nostalgic.
Yeah, maybe they just like to kick it old school, you know what I mean?
Or have a good conversation about what's the new, the hot new thing out.
Yeah.
What are people buying?
No, I really don't know.
Food?
Did you say food?
Yeah, people are buying food, right? Oh, I thought you were just talking about in general.
No. Not at the adult bookstore.
No. Unless
They have
they
snacks?
candy section.
Like microwave popcorn?
Yeah. I thought you meant in general. I thought we were off the porno store.
Chowing down at the adult bookstore.
Ugh.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a disgusting image.
Yeah, it is.
Should have eaten before I left the house.
I'll just get a snack here. There's, yeah. Ugh. So, anything else?
Anyway.
Cool for news? Yeah. How do we segue out of that one?
Well, we could talk about a different. You know, it made me think of what's that the town in Germany? John, you and I went out to a bar. And there was like, where the Beatles used to play.
Oh, Hamburg.
Yeah.
Hamburg. And there was this bar that we were drinking. Man, it was like the best beer ever. But You know, maybe I should just not even talk about what I was going to talk about.
Well, Hamburg's a great place.
I wasn't sure which one you were talking about. There was one we went to that I probably was not the one you were thinking about. We ended up it was a bunch of mostly like older guys, like men, like in their 50s or older, and everybody was smoking cigarettes.
Yes.
Was that what you were thinking about, or is it?
Yeah, but right outside the door there was a place for people to go to that district, the red light district. And anytime you would see a guy walking out, he'd just, you know, like grossed out.
Yeah, the main thing that stuck with me about that is you don't really go into many bars that are filled with cigarette smoke anymore.
I walked in that bar and walked right back out. I'm going back to the bus. I'll see you guys later. I couldn't deal.
Yeah.
It's crazy that used to just be a normal thing. Like you knew, like if you were coming home from the bar, you're going to smell like an ashtray.
Yeah.
And I remember California being the first place we toured in where you couldn't smoke in a bar. I was like, this is so weird to be in a bar and not smell cigarettes at all.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Part of what made me, a big part of what made me quit smoking was when they stopped allowing cigarettes indoors in bars, because when you're going in there and you're drinking, when you smoke, you want to have more cigarettes anyway. But also it kind of felt like, well, if you're going to go in and breathe in all this secondhand smoke and smell like cigarettes anyway, you might as well have some cigarettes, you know, like what's the point of staining? And then once that wasn't a thing. Yeah.
Or when in Rome, that's probably a better little thing for that.
Maybe. And then when you have to make the decision to step outside and go, like, especially when it's cold, you can sit in the 30 degrees, like having a cigarette outside the bar. I guess I wasn't committed enough to cigarettes to do that.
Hey, speaking of your health, how's your boxing been going? I saw your Instagram story.
Did you see my story?
Dude, I have to admit, when you put that Instagram story up, it was kind of funny because I was picturing like a heavy bag that was like the size of you. So then when I saw what size it was, I just thought that was funny because I was like, how heavy could it be?
Yeah, I think your hands will be fine.
Well, so this was my fear in putting up, is that was a total joke. It's a punching bag that the kids have had for a while.
Nice.
Oh.
You got me.
Nice. And as soon as I put it up, I was like, you know what? I don't know if people are gonna know this is a joke or not. They're just maybe gonna think this is what I actually have.
I think that makes it a better joke because there's because you're the only one who's laughing because you're the only one who knows, you know.
I thought it was kind of on the verge of being obvious and not. And yeah, the heavy bag is it's a real, well, it's, you know, whatever they are, like 4 feet or 3 feet, and probably when it's packed supposed to be like 40 pounds or something. So it will be a real one.
Nice.
We actually just today packed blankets in it, and I was gonna test it out, but I feel, I was looking into it, I think you kind of need to really chop the stuff up and not just like pile a blanket in there, like cut it into little pieces so it can pack tighter and heavier.
And you can buy that fill and stuff on Amazon or wherever.
Yeah, I might get some of that, but it's gonna be up for real. Maybe I should put up another video once it's really hanging so people know that I didn't get a 2 foot 3 pound heavy bag.
Well, you know, it was very quick. It was just in a story. I don't know if people would be holding your feet to the fire on that one.
Now that I think about it, you guys are starting to get quite the collection of things to punch in your house.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you gotta get that aggression out somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Not easy. Yeah, so that is definitely a part of it. I have a hard time like getting my negative feelings out in general. So I think that punching stuff is probably punching stuff you're supposed to punch is probably a healthy way to release some inner tension.
Without a
Yeah.
doubt.
Or just scream into a pillow or in the shower.
Yeah.
So the tears
Dude,
stream down.
Yeah, the screaming into the pillow only goes so far.
We're
It only works so much.
Yeah.
in the car. If you get a free moment, ah! Hit the steering wheel.
Yeah. There has been a couple times when I've been able to go out to run errands on my own in the car where I'll like blast music like a teenager, you know, for the whole ride wherever I'm going. And like,
Yeah.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. As you're going to the grocery store to do what you were told.
yeah.
You know,
You forgot
I
the
do that
coupons,
too.
but fuck you.
But we are way too, like, if there's a stop sign or a red light, like, and people are like, I make sure, because you can't be our age and blasting music like that
Yeah.
anymore.
You look like you're trying to prove something.
Yeah.
Oh
something.
yeah. I guess I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. I feel self-conscious about it even when no one's looking at me, just blasting music in the car. It just immediately feels like very childish or something.
Oh, I love it.
Man, I kind of want to go for a drive right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I like never get the opportunity to do it. Know what I noticed is that I listen to a lot more like NPR and like things like that than I have been like listening to records lately. That's something I need to change.
Yeah.
Now that
Yeah.
you mention it, maybe I'll go on a drive and try not to be self-conscious about blasting something really loud.
It is pretty fun.
It is. It definitely helps.
Yeah. Yeah, there's I definitely gotten into the NPR thing too. And some of it though, the NPR thing is like just soothing background noise. You know, like half the time I'm not even paying that much attention to it, but it's just, you know, you can kind of stay informed, but also just have a soothing voice kind of telling you about all the horrible things that are happening in the world.
And a soothing voice in a very dead room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah,
I really
yeah.
like that. I love that
Yeah,
about like
there's
drums
never
on a
any-
Fleetwood Mac record too. Like everything is so dead, and I really enjoy that. Like it's a very soothing thing for a certain mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Rumours is a great album for that.
Yeah.
Man, there was not too long ago, I was listening to that record in the car, and then I like forget what song it is, but I pulled over because I had to text Mark because I'm like, yo, he doesn't play the snare until like 3 minutes into the song or something. And
Is it the
I'm
chain?
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. And I was just shocked because he didn't need to. And like that's how good the song is. Like he didn't even have to play it until later. And then when he finally does, kicks it up the next part. Like I think he doesn't do it till like after the guitar solo or something.
Or I think he comes in, he build up to that guitar solo, right? Like the beginning of the guitar. Yeah.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
Man,
dun,
that
dun.
song is so good. Everything about that album is so good. And then when you talk to me about him not coming in with a snare, and I was like, listen to the ending. Tell me that is not a breakdown. That's a breakdown.
Oh,
It's a
yeah,
Fleetwood Mac
yeah.
breakdown.
100%.
Yeah.
Doom, do, 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 do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Ray and like everybody went out to we were in Australia and everybody went out to a bar after the show, and that song came on, and Ray and I were sitting next to each other, and when that part broke in, I turned to Ray and I go, breakdown, and I started doing the thing, you know. Yo, he had a mouthful of beer and he literally spit it everywhere, and we were dying, and it was very funny.
That's great.
That's good, man.
I miss going out to bars in Australia.
A good
Yeah.
hang.
I miss
You guys there?
going
Oh, no.
going anywhere.
Yeah. Going out to places where there are people doing things.
Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking about that with the hi-hat thing. In the 60s and 70s, it was not uncommon for a drummer to start off like the first half of a song just like hitting a hi-hat or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which like I don't feel like people don't really do that much anymore. Either like the drums are just out or they're like all in, but there's a lot more like kind of light drumming before they really kicked in.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with Mick Fleetwood was he was playing a beat the whole entire time. The beat just didn't include a snare drum, which is
it mostly
crazy.
on the hi-hat though, or is he hitting like I
No,
can't really
toms.
remember. Oh, is there some toms in it too? Okay.
Yeah. But
And
it
kick
doesn't
drums,
feel
like,
like yeah.
Keep it on.
I have to revisit that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we'll put on that vinyl when we get through with the call.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't listened to it all the way through. Well, like since then, and that was probably like that was a few months ago.
Yeah, I think it was more than a few.
It was either
summer.
Really?
Maybe. Time flies.
It's crazy because time either flies or it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right.
like there's like no in between right now.
Well, and there's not the same kind of like mile markers throughout the year where you could be like, oh, that happened around the time of, I don't know, we were doing this other thing. Or
Oh yeah, that's probably a big thing about it too. Is that like you don't have the thing to judge it off of.
Yeah,
how
it's like
moving.
that happened 6 months ago when we were mostly staying around the house like we still are now. So, like there's not a lot of things, not like I think that things have changed less over the course of this year probably than any year I can think of. It's like
I think
Yeah.
we started marking like the holidays pretty early. Like October 1st, we had Halloween decorations up. And then like before December 1st, we had the tree up and the lights.
Yeah.
And then I took them down. I took down all my exterior illumination. And I was like, it's over. It's over. Christmas is over. New Year's starting. Next thing coming. What? We got some Valentine's decorations around here. Let's go. Trying to speed right through it. Get some hearts up. Come on. St. Patty's Day. Everything's green. Let's go.
Yeah, you need those. You need something.
You need something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my birthday is in like 7 weeks, I think, and I've already been like, oh, okay, it'll be my
so
birthday
close.
soon, something, and I don't even care about my birthday. It's just like something that's like on the calendar that'll happen. That's out of the ordinary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's that.
And that's all you have to say about that?
What to say about that?
Man,
Good
I kind of want to
times.
watch Forrest Gump again. It's been a while.
Dude, that is one of
I watched it fairly recently. It's very good.
it's so good. I can't watch it without crying, which I've already told you guys. But yeah, like every time I watch it, I cry every time.
Maybe that'd be a good thing. Get a little.
Man, the part that really got me the last time I watched it was when he started speaking and all the microphones go out in DC.
Yeah.
And then Jenny called Jay. And then they hug and meet up, and I was like,
This is so
That's
fucking good.
unbelievable.
That's all he wanted. He wrote her the fucking letters. The fucking letters.
full out man cry.
She never got it. Yeah, dude, that was good stuff.
That's a weird thing because like I feel like first like real life is much more difficult to cry about. Like you can be like sad about what's happening, like with everything that's been going on the past year or so. Like I don't think I've really cried very much about anything, but a lot of things have happened that are sadder than things I've seen in movies. But like a movie can unlock that better for some reason than real life. But I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's only for people with really pent up emotional problems. I don't know.
No, it's just the magic of art, man.
Yeah, you could cry about Forrest Gump. It's easier somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Cry about COVID in front of your whole family?
Yeah. Yes.
Every day?
Yes.
How weird would that be? It's less weird to cry during a movie than to cry about actual COVID.
Is that what it is? Is it just more socially acceptable to cry about a movie?
Well, if I saw another man crying about COVID, I'd be like, come on, get together.
Well, it's interesting. Like
Gump,
that's an emotional moment. Like that's not a sad thing. Like that's a nice thing. Like, I kind of cried when my kids were born, and now I only like cry out of sadness when somebody dies that I love. So I feel like that's maybe I'm otherwise emotionally cut off too. But when you see those nice things, it's similar to that, or reminds you of touching moments in your own life.
Right.
So you can let a little out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. And like COVID's frustrating as hell and scary. Like, when do we get to go to work again? But yeah, I don't really want to cry about it. Like, I want to get a vaccine and get on with my freaking life because I got a good one.
I'd absolutely want to cry about it. And then I want to do the things that you're saying.
Yeah, for whatever it doesn't trigger that. It's like, God, come on, like that.
Yeah. What? Like angry tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just cry out of sheer frustration.
Yeah, I felt like that for sure, but not done it. We got to follow through on Andy's idea of having a cry house.
Yeah.
Gotta rent a cry house out.
Yeah, like so we could all just go there to get it all out.
Mm-hmm.
So Andy was going to a goat farm on his Twitter.
Yeah.
I asked him to get me a gallon of fresh goat milk, even though he's in Grand Rapids and I can't drink milk. But we'll see what he comes up with.
Keep an eye on the mail.
You just sent me a picture. That's fine.
Man, have you guys ever looked at a goat like up close?
They scare me. They look like the devil.
Yeah.
Dude, they're just such strange animals. Like they're so weird.
They got those weird eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the eyes and the horn, like the whole thing is just so strange.
And they eat like aluminum cans and stuff. That's what I was led to believe when I was a child, right?
Yeah, they'll eat anything. There's like some people that just have them because they can help them like not have to tend to their like mow the yard all the time and shit.
Right.
Or,
And they
like,
don't go too deep, right?
stuff
Like they
all
only eat the top. Is that true?
That I don't know.
Like you could have a goat mow your lawn because they won't rip it all out. I don't know. Maybe that's cows.
No,
Yeah, I'm not
no,
sure.
I think there is something to that. Camille's parents had goats on their land for a while. Her brother was like made a farm on. They have a huge plot of land, and they would have the goats. They weren't exactly like mowing the lawn, but they would let them in. Since they had so much land, they would kind of tend to a certain area of it with just eating the grass.
Mm-hmm.
And man, their brother actually killed and ate one of them and like did everything himself, which was kind of amazing to me.
He's a butcher.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he learned the whole process and like, man,
it's the way that you put it, like the image I had in my head was just him going out, like selling it, just eating it like right there.
Like a wild, crazed animal.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's not what you meant.
Yeah, it was much more traditional than that.
Yeah, like actual farming. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's man.
Yeah.
Weird creatures.
But yeah, like as a meat eater, I think my issue would be the raising an animal to slaughter. Like, I feel like I couldn't help but develop. I wouldn't mind slaughtering a strange animal for food, but I would have a problem. Like, hey, I got to know this guy. This is a cool chicken. I love chicken.
Yeah.
This is my buddy Gus. I don't want to slice his head off.
It's like you can't kill Gus.
Yeah, a nice chicken,
Fucked up.
but he's not any smarter than any other chicken. That's my pal. But yeah, it's very interesting.
You don't know. He could be like a special chicken, just like Wilbur was a special pig.
And maybe he's nice to me, but he's a dick to the other chickens.
Oh yeah, you don't know.
No,
You don't know what.
I don't know how they communicate.
Yeah, you don't know what goes on in the coop.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper's coop. There you go.
Bam! Start
Bam.
raising some chickens.
Urban farming. You're
Get
welcome.
it going. Get it going in your yard. Why not?
I don't want to deal with the cleanup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gross.
Thought
You
about
can't-
it,
And you can't eat eggs anyway, right? So you can't. eat them.
No, the kids like them. Maybe I could sell them. New career, farm fresh eggs.
Yeah.
Oh man, check it out. It's on HBO Max now, and it made me so happy. I started rewatching from the very beginning.
What's that, Steve Brule?
Yeah, it's all on HBO now. I know it's all been on Cartoon Network, but yeah, it's all right there. All 5 seasons of insanity.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's good. Can be good for the crazy times.
It's that part of tour.
Yeah, you just gotta watch something really over the top, insane it like helps you process something somehow.
The food episode where he's at the diner and cooling his food off by drinking milk and spitting down his food. We're gonna try and cool off your pasta. This is horrible. John C. Reilly, Oscar winner.
Yeah. It's amazing. I might have to revisit that series for the 10th time in my life.
Yeah.
Man, did you ever watch the one on Showtime? It's not nearly as crazy and wacky, but the Moonbase.
No, we had like a free Showtime trial on TV, and I was watching the first episode, and then I got distracted, and then didn't. So maybe I got to do that in the show. Marks, what's the name of the show you recommend? Also on Showtime. Your Honor, Bryan Cranston, right?
So good, yeah. It's like the best show. You know what I mean? Like one of those shows where like, wow, this is the best show.
Yeah.
Nice.
I felt about Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
It's up that. It's not up that alley, but
just
like,
as good.
Entertainment wise,
quality.
Yeah, it just keeps you on your toes. It's awesome.
Cool. That's the nice thing too about this craziness. It doesn't matter if you wait a few weeks to get into a series too, so that you can binge it later. Because Lord knows I got time. Like always be trying to cram in a series with Jamie before we left for tour again. So oh no, we're leaving in like 3 weeks. We gotta watch 2 episodes a night if we're gonna do this. And it's like whatever. Get to it.
Yeah, it'll still be there. You'll still have time in a week or 2 or 3.
Yeah. I've been revisiting Northern Exposure on my DVDs, which is nice, feeling isolated and in the cold. Can really identify with Dr. Joel Fleischman, Fish Out of Water story.
I feel like that's such a unique one. I feel like that was aimed at like people in their 30s, like back in the 90s or something.
Yeah. And I got into it when I was like 16, 17 years old.
And loved it.
Yeah, it really connected.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, Jamie's been getting into it too. Like she's laughing at it. I'm like, cool, like this connects. It works. Yeah, it's fun breaking out my old DVDs.
Yeah, man.
All right, well, I guess this was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good times.
Talking about northern exposure, I think that means we're done.
Yeah. That, or like, yeah, like that's like one of the indicators that it's time to go.
We've run
Yeah.
out of things to talk about.
What's that thing that Mark was saying? Or no, Neil said it. Like,
Good
What
time.
else? What else?
Or what else?
yeah.
What else?
So if that's like the comedy version of like if a comic says that, that means like you're done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for us, it's just
Okay.
if you start talking about northern exposure, that means the same thing.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's been
Well,
real.
Yes, it has.
See you next week.
It was,
Bye,
okay.
everybody.
Bye. Miss you
Bye,
guys. Bye
guys.
bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye bye.